In this video series, we do a lot of things at the low level using the command prompt. I do that for a lot of reasons, and in motivation I talk about that in detail in those motivation videos. But suffice it to say that we're not using some kind of newfangled software package that automates a lot of things for us. So it behooves us to automate things on our own. And so that's what this video is about. It's automating, creating a new project. So we're going to do that a lot. You're going to make a new project. And so for each project, you need a folder. You need the name of the file name inside that folder with .py as an extension to start. And so I'm going to automate that process so you don't have to just point and click and do it a bunch of times. So we're going to learn how to do that. First thing I want to do, though, is I want to make a template directory and template folder and file so that we can use that as the thing. We could use hello, but I kind of want to leave hello alone, and I just want to do it with a template. Okay, so I go into a search bar and I search for command CMD, and then I get the command prompt. I click on that. I bring up the command prompt. I have to CD into OneDrive first before I CD into my desktop. So I go CD OneDrive, then CD desktop, then CD Python code. So now I'm in the Python code directory that I need to be in. And then I want to copy the hello directory into a new directory. I'm going to call that directory template. I could do this with File Manager, just pointing and clicking, but I'm going to do this with a command. The command is xcopy. So xcopy hello template. Xcopy space hello space template. And then there's this thing at the end, /I, meaning inclusive. Include all the folders and directories and files that are inside each of those folders. So I do that command. Then I go into template, and hello.py was copied over. So that's hello.py, but I want to change that to be template.py. So I have to move. I have to change the name of a file, and at the command prompt, the command is move. So we learned about xcopy to copy folders in, and so now this is move to change the name of something. So I'm going to say move hello.py to template.py. When I go into File Manager, when I click on the File Manager little folder icon, it comes up, and I look in that folder template, desktop, Python code template, I can see the template.py program. It's just the hello world program in there. So it's got the little print command in there. I have to erase it every time, but it's the starting point from which I'm going to launch all my projects. So that's the setup. Now I want to open up Notepad++ just on its own. Don't click on a file or anything. Just open up Notepad++ with a new file. So there's no file there, just have a new file. Then I want to do File, Save As. I want to name this thing inside of my Python code directory, so make sure it's in the Python code folder there. I want to name it Make Project, and then it asks what type of program, what type of file you want it to be. I want it to be a batch file. It's going to give it the BAT subscript when I do that. So Make Project, and then what type of file? A batch file. Good. So that's so now we have a batch file that we are going to write. A batch file is an executable file that you can execute at the command prompt that you write yourself. So it's kind of like a script, just like a Python script is a script. And so there's 3 lines to the make project.bat file. Just copy them from the screen here. The first one is the xcopy command. I'm going to do xcopy template to %1. And then /I. What is that going to do? That's going to copy the template folder to a new folder. And then what %1 is going to do, we're going to learn that in a second here. Then I'm going to CD into that %1. Then I'm going to move template.py to be %1.py. %1 is the name of the new project or new program that you're giving to Make Project right after you type it. So you're going to type Make Project space and then a new name, and that new name is going to be stored in %1. So it's going to be the name of the folder, and it's going to be the name of the Python file. Good? That's how %1 is. It's a placeholder for the new project name that you're going to do. So they have that, then you save that, make sure it's in the right folder in Python code folder. Then I've got to go back into the command prompt to try and run it. First thing I got to do is I have to get back from the template folder back up into my Python code folder. The way to do that is with cd space ... then return. And it'll get you to the folder above, just above where you were. Okay, so once you do that, then you just run the command. You just say make project space, and then some new project that I have. So I'm gonna call it new program. So all one word, right? New program, enter. I'm now in the new program folder directory, if you see it in the command prompt there. And if I go to a file manager, I go look, and there it is. It's in, there's a new folder that has the title new program, and inside new program folder, there's a new file called newprogram.py, and so it did it all for me. New program was the %1. It was % was a placeholder. So whatever's after make project, that's called %1 in writing a batch file. That's it. So now, from now on, you don't need to keep new program. You can just go ahead and throw that in the trash or whatever. That was just to show you how make project works. But from now on, every time I'm going to make a new project, I'm going to use this make project batch file that we wrote. And it makes your life a lot easier.